once a year, the Auto World gathers in Las Vegas for the largest aftermarket trade show on the planet. It's SEMA, and everything you can think of that can be added, customized, or created with a car or truck is here. So sit back, buckle up, and hang on, as Fox Sports takes you on a wild ride around the 50th anniversary SEMA show. Fox Sports presents the 50th anniversary SEMA show. Welcome to SEMA. Hello everybody, I'm Tor Dietrich. Well, what started 50 years ago as an excuse for a bunch of Southern California car guys to do a road trip to Vegas has turned into this, the world's largest automotive aftermarket trade show. SEMA occupies every square foot of space in this massive convention center, and outside of it too. I'm told there's some 56 miles of carpet to display everything for cars and trucks. And over the next hour, we're going to show you some of the highlights of what's happening here at SEMA with our Fox Sports Auto Show team. Mike Caudill and Nick Miles, who's ready to kick things off with a look at what's new in performance. Nick?
So you want to build a performance car, where do you start? There are hundreds of components, from suspension to superchargers, and they have them all here at SEMA.
From simple bolt-on kits to heavy modifications, increasing your performance is one of the biggest parts of the SEMA show. You can find aisles of parts to make your custom vehicle bigger, faster, stronger, and louder. One of the simple ways to make more horsepower is by adding a supercharger to a stock engine. The supercharger feeds compressed air into an engine, allowing more oxygen into the combustion chamber that makes a bigger and more powerful bang, translating into more power to the road. ProCharger have created a simple bolt-on supercharger that can boost your vehicle's performance, and all with tools that you can find in your own garage. If you're looking for suspension kits, the show is full of them. Whether you are building a race car, a street car, or a giant off-road vehicle, you'll have no trouble finding what you're looking for. These lifted trucks would be a rough ride without the right suspension. One of the biggest attractions of the show is the lowrider trucks. The electronic and air suspension can be adjusted from inside the cab. When they are parked, they can be lowered right to the ground. But when they're in motion, they can be adjusted to normal ride height. Finally, you want your ride to have the right sound? Exhaust kits give the finishing touches to the sound of your ride. From the low rumble in big trucks to the loud race car sound, the noise you make is here.
And when you're finished putting on all those parts, you can end up with a vehicle like this. Mike?
All right, I gotta show this to you right here. What's a rust bucket like this doing in the Mopar booth here at SEMA? It's really about what's under the hood. Little history lesson. Back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, hot rodders cared about one thing and one thing only: raw horsepower. How did they get their motors? In a box, hence the name crate motor. Mopar launching two motors here at SEMA. That one right there that I just showed you, 6.4 liter, 485 horsepower, and its little baby brother right here, it's the all-new 345, pushing out 383 horsepower. It's a 5.7 liter Hemi. The hot rod and muscle car culture has obviously evolved since the 50s and 60s. What was once seen as a horsepower-first industry has become much more technologically advanced. Achieving maximum performance from your vehicle now involves a complete package of performance products. Carburetors have now been replaced by fuel injection systems, like Edelbrock's ProFlow 3. Cylinder heads provide peak output, and sequential transmissions are mated with modern clutch assemblies, like McLeod's RXT twin disc clutch that can accommodate 1,000 horsepower for less than $1,000. With all that horsepower, stopping your muscle car requires the very best in brake technology. Brembo has you covered with industry-leading disc brake technology for optimum performance both on the street and the track. Custom wheels provide the aggressive stance, and low-profile tires hug the ground. On the lighter side at SEMA, if you're into actual racing, the show does have dozens of vendors that can get you in the right racing suit as well. All right, so when you're customizing vehicles and you've got your motor established, it really comes down to one thing and one thing only at the very end, and that's programming your vehicle. With me today from Derive Systems, Nathan Shriver. He's their Chief Marketing Officer. Tell me about this beast.
Thanks, Mike. So this is a 1972 De Tomaso Pantera. with a modern 2013 Ford 3.5 EcoBoost twin-turbo powertrain. It was actually fully built by Aaron Kaufman, master builder and mechanic from Gas Monkey Garage in Dallas, Texas. Certain builds like this, an off-the-shelf or preloaded tune from our SET line of products wouldn't fit the bill. So we actually went with SET custom tuning software to build a custom calibration for this car to make the older chassis talk to the modern drivetrain computer.
All right, Tor, over to you.
And joining me now is Todd Beddick from Mopar. Todd, truly new innovation in the crate engines. I want to hear how the plug and play works.
Yeah, so for a long time, our customers have been able to buy our engines from our dealerships, but they've had no way to easily make them run in a classic car. So that's what we have fixed here with our Hemi crate engine kits. We've got a full plug and play system that allows the person to take one of our modern EFI engines, put it into their classic cars with power, ground, and fuel.
Okay, but Mopar has a lot going on with accessories. What's new?
Jeep continues to be huge, so we've got a long line of performance parts and accessories for Jeep. We have a brand new wheel that we're launching called the Gladiator wheel, and we've also got our 2-inch and 4-inch Jeep performance parts lift kits. We also have the Fiat 124 here for the first time, and we have a number of different appearance upgrades. We also have performance parts like catback exhaust system for it. For our Challenger, we have a wide array of cold air intakes, exhaust systems, and we also have what we call our Scat Pack performance kits, which tie all that together with an ECU to get you more power.
Coming up, we go off-road at SEMA. Plus, the automakers are here. What are they showing? Their SEMA driving experiences, and if you want to customize your car, where do you begin? It's all coming up as Fox Sports presents the 50th Anniversary SEMA Show.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
And welcome back. So, how much can you modify a Jeep? Well, how about this? It's called the CJ66. Mopar is showing how you can convert an old CJ into a very capable today Jeep. Crate Mopar engine, Crate Mopar Dana 44 axles, attached to a 6-speed manual transmission. Mopar CJ66 has a 2-inch lift kit, so it can clear the massive 35-inch BF Goodrich tires on 17-inch beadlock wheels. And this Jeep is ready to crawl over just about any rock or boulder that dares to lay in its way. And that's the CJ66. Now, if you're looking for something a little more contemporary, how about the ultimate Wrangler, the Trailstorm? Starting up front with the Trailstorm, the 10th anniversary hood, steel bumper with winch, with that wicked black satin grille, and of course LED fog, off-road, and headlamps. The Trailstorm rides high on giant 37-inch BF Goodrich tires. And with the exception of the wrap, every modification you see on the Trailstorm, you can buy from Mopar. And that goes for the underbody as well. The Trailstorm is literally a wish list of Jeep performance parts.
SEMA is really the mecca for Mopar because customization is part of our DNA. And so every year we come here with a lot of new products to test the reaction of some customers to some of our products.
Ram fans know and love the Power Wagon. Meet the Macho Power Wagon. Everything on the Macho Power Wagon is immense, and it features some actual Mopar products, like the Power Wagon front bumper, winch, tow hooks that look so cool on this truck. Now the seats, the trim, everything you see on the Power Wagon interior here is a Mopar Power Wagon option. With more on trucks, here's Mike.
Thanks, Tor. There's so many different ways to customize your vehicle. The options are always endless. So what are customers looking for in the marketplace? A one-stop shop that makes it affordable, but also allows you to get everything that you want on your vehicle. We're on the Line-X booth, and Line-X is showcasing their all-new Ultra exterior. Provides added protection on the vehicle, but the Truck Gear by Line-X brand is something that's truly new and innovative. They are customizing a variety of different features on the vehicle, from your step boards to get in to a custom top, and of course you want to store your tools away, you have the ability to stow them away. They're also adding in logoing into the bumpers as well. Earlier today I had a chance to talk to Line-X's president. Here's what he had to say.
This is a Toyota Tundra that we outfitted in Ultra. A lot of people confuse this with paint. but it is an absolutely new addition to the lineup. The Ultra is a thin build product, so it really allows us to accentuate the curves and the edges of the vehicle, but more importantly, it's UV stable and it comes in a whole assortment of colors.
The off-road and truck market is the largest growing consumer segment in the auto industry. SEMA is the largest show in the world that brings together all facets of the off-road industry. In the midst of all these shiny things at SEMA, the things that are easy to see, there are a lot of products on the floor that actually make the car go that you might not think about. All right, here we go. Neil Hollingsworth, the Director of Marketing for Yukon Gear and Axle. Tell us what's new for you guys here at SEMA.
We're always inside the differential. This year, we're so excited because we've got our new Yukon hardcore drive shafts. First time we've ever gotten outside the differential.
Entry-level off-road enthusiasts have hundreds of options for how they can set up their vehicle, and suspension should be their first consideration. Skyjacker Suspension provides dozens of off-road options for both the novice to the expert, as does Pro Comp with a series of wheels and tires that allow you to conquer just about any obstacle. If you do get stuck while off-roading, Warn and its series of winches will pull you out of just about any rocky place. Camping and off-roading go hand in hand, showcased by this new tent here at SEMA that allows you to pitch your tent just about anywhere. Now that you've figured out the mechanical side of your vehicle, it's time to start thinking about dressing it up. Tammy, tell us a little bit about what's going on with this vehicle.
This has got the new PowerStep Extreme Amp research step on it, as well as it's got the new TrailView tonneau top that opens and closes and gives you good protection from rain.
All right, there's a lot of news here in the London International booth, like this big Bandit vehicle right here, ultimate off-stream vehicle, but the CEO, all right, Mitch, tell us a little bit about what's going on with this vehicle right here.
This is the Auto Vent Shade Paint to Code program with the aero skin and low-profile vent visor.
All right, and the truck over here?
This is the new Roll and Lock E-Series tonneau cover, run by a key fob patent pin hinge design for extra security.
Not too many companies that seem to have this many new products, but Mitch has got one more for us. Looks like Mossy Oak.
This is the new Mossy Oak Breakup Country pattern, the best pattern in the marketplace, hottest pattern in the marketplace. They will spend 75% of their marketing dollars going forward on this pattern, and we have the product.
We could spend an entire hour-long show in this booth, but for now, I got to toss it over to you guys.
Well, thanks, and check out this wall of sound, because at SEMA, a lot of manufacturers are using the show to put together vehicles that could be coming to market in the future, like this Kia Sedona van, specially put together with a School of Rock.
Have a little fun with the recording studio built into the Kia Sedona, or take a snooze while the van drives you to the next gig. Over at the Ford booth, a big announcement that Ford returns to the Baja 1000 with an all-new 2017 F-150 Raptor. One of the toughest off-road races in the world, Ford Performance and Greg Furtz Motorsports are fielding a pre-production 2017 F-150 Raptor. At Toyota, a shopping list of outstanding cars, including the Prius G. High performance is not typically associated with the Prius, but the Toyota Prius G is built to do exactly that, perform. The small but mighty Prius G pulled a .99 G on the skid pad during testing at Willow Springs International Raceway in Southern California, putting it in the company of performance cars that cost tens of thousands of dollars more. And probably my favorite car in the show is the Land Speed Cruiser. Broad-shouldered and confident, the vaunted Toyota Land Cruiser authored the rule book for sports utility vehicles. Toyota's Land Speed Cruiser is writing a new chapter in the SUV history book. The Land Cruiser is a low-slung, purpose-built sled of a vehicle capable of generating more than 2,000 horsepower and a top speed of 220 miles an hour that leaves most sports cars in the dust. But if you want to take off to ski in the mountains and you don't have a ski lift or a helicopter, this concept Kia Sorento Gondola is your lift pass.
This is a vehicle that's been set up to basically be your skiing concierge. It could take you seamlessly up to the top of the mountain. It's all waterproof inside, so you can climb right in nice and warm, and maybe take you out for a little après-ski.
For the triathlon trainer, Kia conceived of this Nero. Reconfigured to carry your road bike, riding a 2-inch lowered suspension with 265/35R 18-inch Dunlop Duracell sports tires and lightweight 18-inch Method Rally race wheels. The best part of the vehicle is it's autonomous, so start your run, ride or swim and the car will meet you at the end of the race with a relaxing warm cabin. Then this perfect training partner will head off and take you home. Don't miss the Kia Soul First Class. It's an upscale intercity chariot that lets business travelers work and relax as they journey to out-of-town meetings and destinations. This self-driving custom-built creation from Lux Motorworks, with its rear-facing seats, absence of a steering wheel, and wide array of luxurious enhancement, is about optimizing work and rest amid the hectic schedule in one's personal life.
We're excited to show off the Telluride. Now, this was a concept that we showed last year on the automotive show circuit, but it has some fantastic technology on board too, more than just a good-looking vehicle.
Word is on the street that they may actually build this new Telluride from Kia. The cool thing is, on the inside, the seats will take your pulse and heart rate and tell you if you're excited while driving.
Now, Hyundai is showing a lot of new cars here at SEMA. This is a fully modified turbo Veloster. It's called the Grenade. Check out the beautiful paint job in magenta. It also has carbon fiber from the front all the way to the deck lid behind me. Now, that's the Rockstar Santa Fe. Hyundai teams with Rockstar Performance Garage to create this Rockstar Santa Fe concept. Talk about boundless energy. This is nitrous powered. But check out the wheels and tires. They're 17-inch KMC wheels with giant Mickey Thompson 35-inch tires. Now, next to the Rockstar Santa Fe is the Bisimoto Santa Fe. This has 1,075 horsepower, and here to tell us more about it is Jim Trainer. So Jim, 1,075 horsepower, is that enough?
I think it is. It's called the Santa Fast Santa Fe, and we've worked with BC in the past, and he does some great things. And what's really, I think, amazing about these cars is it doesn't look all that much different than the Santa Fe you'll see on the road.
But the inside, that does look different.
He's driven with his family in this vehicle on public roads, if you can believe it. The exterior, a little bit of a sleeper for 1,000 horsepower.
Also, you have here the Ioniq. It's a new car coming out, but you took one to the Salt Flats. Why?
Before we introduced Ioniq to the public, our engineers got their hands on them as they came to us. Everyone knows hybrids are there because they're efficient, but we wanted to show that they can also be fast and fun to drive. So we put together this Ioniq. We set a land speed record at over 157 miles an hour, and we think that's going to be a way to get people aware of the Ioniq, but also that this is more than just an efficient car. It can be a fun car.
Yeah, but different from like a NASCAR, that exterior, that's what people can buy, right? That's pretty much there.
That is what you see is what you get. We've kind of put a couple of our Ioniqs together. There's the electric front end, the Eagle tires, and the wheel covers, but it's not that different. It's an Ioniq body for sure.
All right, thanks, Jim. Up next, SEMA is celebrating 50 years. Let's take a look back in time. Plus, we travel the halls to show you what's hot at SEMA. And Mike takes you on a wild ride in a new Corvette Stingray. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports presents the 50th Anniversary SEMA Show.
You are watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
And welcome back. Well, SEMA is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and here to talk more about it is the president and CEO of SEMA, Chris Kirstein. Chris, let's talk about the humble beginnings of SEMA.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you look around here and see this show to imagine that this all started in 1967 with 92 companies exhibiting under the bleachers at Dodger Stadium. And here we are today. We have over 2,400 companies exhibiting at this show, and this has become the world's greatest marketplace for automotive innovation. It's really something else.
So Chris, tell me how some of those companies got started.
In the beginning, we were the Speed Equipment Manufacturers Association. There were a bunch of guys that were going out to the dry lakes in the Los Angeles area, just seeing how fast they could go. One guy's making a widget, another guy says, hey, can you make me one of those? The next thing you know, they're selling them. And in 1963, they started the SEMA organization. It was really an effort to band together their resources and their voice to take care of issues that were maybe bigger than any one of them could handle.
But Chris, SEMA's a lot more than products. You have trophy cars outside, you have tracks. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, what this is a reflection of, all these manufacturers come here. They are introducing their most innovative new products for the year, and they get really creative about how they get everyone's attention. And now the show is spilled out to the outdoor areas. We've got ride and drive tracks. We've got all kinds of things going on. But in the end, it is really about these manufacturers bringing to market their newest, coolest innovations and getting them out to all those enthusiasts who are hungry for them.
Thanks, Chris. And with more on trophy cars, here's Nick.
Well, thanks, Tor. Outside of SEMA, you'll find all the trophy cars, trucks, and SUVs. Some of the people have been working on these for weeks, months, and years to make these cars their lifetime's work. And you'll see they've jacked up some of them so high that even a guy like me can stand underneath them.
The car that stole the show this year was the 0 to 60 designed Ford Mustang that has been styled to look like the upcoming Ford GT car. This is a true trophy car and one that Kenny Pfizer was more than happy to build. It's called the Ford GTT, which stands for Ford Gran Turismo Tribute. Even though it has the look of a Mustang in the headlights, the rest of the body has been remodeled. Kenny pulled the hood forward and cut in large air intakes. The larger extractors have a similar shape to the GT. With stretched out fenders, the car looks long and sleek rather than the typical Mustang rebuild, which is short and fat.
We came with the idea we wanted to build something for SEMA. We've actually built 5 cars for SEMA, and this is one we built. But obviously the toughest one, the hardest one, but it came out the best.
Under the hood, a ProCharger supercharger has been added to the Coyote V8, throwing out 800 horsepower. The car sits on top of 22-inch HPE performance wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 rubber. Brembo brakes and Eibach Pro Street S suspension completes the running gear.
If you'd like to buy some of these cars, trucks, and SUVs that are trophies, a lot of them are available for the right price. Now, Mike Goodell has a trophy he'd like to show you.
All right, Nick, you said trophy vehicles. This is the ultimate trophy vehicle here at SEMA. Why? It's the only vehicle the show I can hit. It's the only one I can kick. It's the only one that I can actually get inside and play with. Why? Because it's mine. 15 years of coming to SEMA, I've always had this dream of bringing my own vehicle here, and this is it. It's a 1975 Ford Bronco. I bought this thing used, and we decided to restore it for SEMA. So let's get right to the nitty-gritty. What makes this different? It's a classic early Bronco. On the exterior, Line-X put their protective coating all the way around it. Rigid helped us out with lighting. Warn with an all-new winch. It's sitting on Mickey Thompson's, their 17-inch wheels on 37-inch tires, and Skyjacker provided us with a 5-inch lift kit. Wild Horse's 4x4 gave us tube doors, but it's all about what's under this vehicle that makes it special as well. Yukon Gear and Axle provided us with their all-new drive shafts. Atlas provided us with its all-new transfer case. It has front zip blockers, chromoly axle shafts. The interior of this thing is absolutely stunning. Dakota Digital provided us with an instrument cluster, and Wet Sounds gave us 5 different stereo tower bars for incredible music sound, and 4x4 S-Pod provided us with toggle switches. Under the hood, you've got Edelbrock with beautiful headers, you've got the manifolds, just a nice clean look. All the way around, this is what my dream vehicle was here at SEMA. I'm just telling you, you can't compete with this with your trophy cars, Nick.
Coming up, we take you inside the halls of SEMA to see the latest wares for a custom makeover as Fox Sports presents the 50th Anniversary SEMA Show.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
And welcome back. Well, we're in the restyling hall, and you can't talk restyling without talking interiors, and we have the seat man himself, Tim Clyde, CEO of Catskins. Tim, tell me, what should people know about upgrading their interior?
Well, look, we know that 70% of cars are sold with a cloth interior, and 85% of people prefer leather. So we give people a great way to upgrade from their cloth to a beautiful leather seat.
Tell me what options buyers have.
We do more than 60 different colors of leather, so we can do all sorts of colors, but then yes, we do a variety of specialty materials. So we have some very fun stuff that we call our Barracuda, which is kind of a two-tone leather. We have an outlaw material that's a tooled leather reminiscent of the Old West. We have our camouflage material. So we have a whole range of specialty materials that we can use to customize your vehicle.
But you do a lot more than just car seats, right?
We do the seating surfaces, but we also do the center consoles, the door panels. Anything in the vehicle that was cloth is transformed and upgraded to leather.
All right, thanks, Tim. Well, up next, we have more on restyling with Nick.
Chop it, cut it, bend it, shape it. You can take a car and turn it into a truck into a hatchback, or you can take a 1954 cab over and restyle it into an art store, because restyling's all the rage here at SEMA.
You can take something old and restore it to something new. You can take something new and make it extreme, or you can make something completely wild. It's all about giving your vehicle your style. Restyling cars is mostly about the exterior look, how high you can lift it, how low you can take it down, or just about the absurd and crazy. This rat rod looks like it's been taken directly out of the Mad Max movie, with a Tommy gun for a gear shifter and a metal skeleton claw as a hood ornament. One of the most common trucks to be restyled are Jeeps. Daystar took a Jeep Renegade, lifted it, colored it, and added lights, winches, bumpers, and some cool accessories, including a clip-on container. It can be a fuel tank or just a container that stores gloves and work tools. Daystar also took a mid-century Jeep FC150 and updated it. They refinished it in a very tricked-out green. This is an example of restyling a vehicle, taking something that is old and giving it a personal touch. But my favorite restyled vehicle of the show would be the 1941 Jeep Power Wagon.
We call this the bootlegger truck. And it has copper, the bed's 100% copper, there's copper through the interior, all the air intake's copper, all the plumbing in the engine's copper, and the idea of a bootlegger truck is be really, really fast. So we added a 720 horsepower engine and then wrapped it around 42-inch tall tires, because sometimes you gotta get the still out the middle of nowhere, and we're gonna be able to do that with this truck.
And just to finish it off, the radiator overflow is a hip flask. Some vehicles can be restyled to find new roads. Check out this 2017 Chevy Colorado ZH2 fuel cell concept. This is a concept truck on a mission in the latest collaboration between Chevrolet and the U.S. Army Tank Automotive Research Development and Engineering Center. It runs silently and as a side benefit produces 2 gallons of water an hour from vapor emissions. Cars, trucks, and SUVs are not the only big thing to be restyled. Bikes are becoming more common too, like this bike with a big front wheel. It almost reminds me of being back in England and riding my penny farthing.
Now I'm getting a lot of ideas of how I would restyle my own vehicle, my own truck, my own car, my own SUV after looking at some of these. I really love this blue color, and it's actually the size where I don't need a ladder to climb inside it.
Hey guys, well, they told me to be prepared, and so after seeing all the wonderful cars and stuff inside, I just thought I'd put a race suit on because they said I was going to drive and I needed to be prepared. But why don't you have a helmet on?
Have you seen this head?
All right, well, on a serious note, this is the Chevrolet driving experience out here at SEMA, and what's great about it is it gives those in the industry a chance to get behind the wheel of some of the coolest cars. Of course, this is the all-new Chevy Corvette. Beautiful vehicle and wonderful styling. I'm going to get in and take a ride. Let's give you guys a whirl.
No, sir.
Come on, come on.
No. That's your car over there. That red one, right?
A cruise? Yes. What? You want me to ride in a cruise? This is what I'm going in? Come on. This is. I was told that if I put a race suit on, that I would be allowed to go in a Corvette. Well, guys, looks like we're gonna have to settle for cruising in the cruise. We're gonna take a little cruise around the track. We're gonna hit the hairpin turn, come in kind of hard. Hear the tires squeal a little bit. Get a little hairpin in here. A little chicane. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with the quality of this little car. So I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna sneak over to the Corvette. Second gear down to first gear. Got a slalom coming up. I can't even begin to tell you The exhilaration in this vehicle, the horsepower, I don't know, my man. I think they just sold me on buying a new Corvette.
Coming up, we go drifting at SEMA and take a tour of the latest in electronics. And if you want to customize your car on a budget, we have some great ideas on where to start. It's all coming to you from the 50th anniversary SEMA show.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
Now what you see behind me is the hall just for tires and wheels. Now amongst this sea of humanity is Mike Caudill to show us more.
I was just walking by this booth. I've never heard of the name BKT. I've never heard of it. Tire brand, been around the industry for a long time. But then I looked over my shoulder and I saw the vehicle that the BKTs ride on. We're calling this segment Wheels of Fortune. Dennis, thanks for being on Fox Sports.
All right.
SEMA, man.
How you doing, Mike?
All right, I'm great. And I was saying to you a few minutes ago that I grew up watching you. I live in LA and Hollywood and I see celebrities, I don't care about them. What I care about is the time I get with my son to watch things like Monster Jam and Gravedigger is legendary. Tell me about what it feels like to be here at the show.
Well, you know, it's wonderful. It's an honor to be here. I've been coming to the SEMA show since 1991, but to be here with one of our biggest, proudest sponsors, BKT, they got me on some of the best tires that we can race on that we developed for Monster Jam.
A couple quick facts for our viewers out there. Size of the tire.
The tires are 66 inches tall, 43 inches wide. They weigh about 800 pounds each.
Wheels of Fortune come in all different shapes and sizes. Let's see what else is out on the floor. Although tires are the only thing that physically connect your car to the ground, SEMA is more about the glitz and glam of high-end wheels than they are about functional rubber tires. However, SEMA pulls out just about every tire brand at the show. All right, we've seen monster truck tires, but let's talk about tires that all of us can afford. I had to stop at this booth because they line them all up. Truck tire, four-season tire, a run flat tire, a racing slick, a rally car tire, another truck tire, but this is the one that stopped me in my tracks. How often on an airplane do you think about the tire that's under that plane? Well, this is it right here. It's a 737 airplane tire, and Nick's gonna tell us a little bit more about it.
That's correct. Not only do we build a lot of cool tires, but we build the main landing gear for a 737 aviation tire.
All right, so we've seen airplane tires. What about you? I need a little bit of bling. Let's go look at some Hot Wheels and some hotter tires. With so many brands showcasing their latest and greatest in wheels and tires, we've got one more stop for you. The diversity of wheels here at SEMA, sometimes it's overwhelming, but I had to stop here at the Rucci Forge booth because I learned today that this is the largest wheel at the show. It's a 34-inch wheel. Of course, blinged out, and if you really want to go to the next level, a matching steering wheel.
One of the big things at SEMA outside is the drifting track, and it's one of the fastest growing motorsports in the world. It's not about speed, it's about power, burning rubber, and having a really good time. And I'm going to get a ride with Vaughn Gittin, who is one of the top drivers in the world. I'm a little bit scared. Vaughn Gittin Jr. is one of drifting's most iconic figures, and his machine, the Monster Energy Nitro Tire Ford Mustang RTR, is one of drifting's most identifiable cars. Vaughn is known best by his aggressive, foot-to-the-floor, big smoke driving style, and earned his first Formula Drift Championship in 2010. While I was being tossed around in the Mustang and thousands of people looked on, I was blown away by the machine and the driver. The biggest advantage from the new Mustang comes from the independent rear suspension. Now, for those that don't know what drifting is, it is best explained by those that drive the sport. Self-taught drifting driver Chris Forsberg.
The best way to describe drifting and being sideways is like being in control of your own roller coaster. It's just full adrenaline, high speed, crazy feelings, but it's all what you're doing with the car.
The light weighting that is used in cars is a mixture of using light materials where applicable and not compromising safety. Everywhere possible, drifters replace metal with carbon fiber or other composite materials. These cars are essentially 9-second drag cars that are set up for drifting. Competitors are not judged on the speed they complete the course, they are judged much like ice skating on performance. Entry speed, exit speed, degrees sideways. Tire companies are of course one of the major sponsors of drifting, since more rubber is left on the road than in any other sport.
That was pretty incredible, guys. I don't know how that felt to you, but it felt like it was like 4 inches away from the car next to us, and we were doing enormous speeds. Now, it's not like a regular car that has clutch and gas. He also has the hand shifter in there, so he can actually control the car an awful lot better. And he's constantly watching the car next to him. This definitely is a reason why everybody loves this sport. It's absolutely thrilling, and now I need to go change my pants.
Now, SEMA isn't just about cool cars and high performance. It's also about electronics. You gotta start with the lights. What's on the menu? LEDs. They're the soup du jour for all the lighting here. Whether it's under the car, wheel well, on the wheels, under the hood, accenting the side of your car, it's all LEDs. They even have LEDs for your mechanic's car light or for your ATV antenna, and if you want to go off-roading. The maintenance guys are in on it too. Here's lights to make your old car new, or you can swap LEDs on your new car. Who needs Christmas lights when you have LEDs like this? And of course there's LEDs for inside your car and as part of your sound system. At SEMA, sound is big and small. Look at these little speakers with big sound for your motorcycle and big speakers with huge sound. These are literally rolling discos. There's sound systems here for your boat too, or you can get a boat with your boombox, all you need is a DJ. And in a world that's become more automated, just look how you can use your phone. You can lock, locate, or unlock your car. You can hook it up for your own head-up display, or connect it with Wi-Fi to display on your backseat screens. And there's plenty of cameras here too. How about seeing your rear view camera in your rear view mirror? And if that's not enough, there's little cameras you can add all over your car. And that's just scratching the surface of what you'll find in electronics here at SEMA. Up next, customize your car on a budget, and our man Nick is a Brit. What's his experience of this big SEMA show?
You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports. You're watching SEMA on Fox Sports.
And welcome back. Well, not everyone can afford a 7-figure car like this 1958 Packard Concept, which, by the way, has a $100,000 paint job. But we do have ideas how you can customize your car in a budget with Mike.
Thanks, Tor. Yeah, you might not be able to afford this home or this BMW X6 that starts out about $140,000. But what's great about SEMA, it's all about customizing on a fixed budget. Whether you have $1,000 or $500 or only $100, you have the opportunity to customize your vehicle here at the show. Take this vehicle right here. It's not about the car itself, it's about what protects the paint of the car and the window tinting on this vehicle that makes it special. Earlier today, I had a chance to talk to their marketing director.
ClearShield Pro is the best protection you'll never see. It's a really incredible invisible film that lays over the body of the vehicle that protects the paint from chips, dings, scratches, and everyday hazards like keys.
All right, guys, we just got done running across the hall here at the convention center, and I'm now detailing a Ferrari. Beautiful car. You know, the best part about detailing is very affordable, and it can start $50, $60 all the way up to a couple thousand. All right, outside of detailing, what would you do if you had $1,000 to customize your vehicle?
I'd add custom wheels, custom tires.
Custom wheels and tires. All right, custom wheels and tires. All right, we're going to make our way across the floor really fast. And it's easy to know what I want to customize my vehicle with, but I'm going to stop this guy right here. All right, wheels or tires for customization, or motor and exhaust?
Wheels and tires.
Wheels and tires. All right, that's one for wheels and tires. Let's keep making our... By the way, I'm going to stop you right here. Let's take a look. You want to change out the inlays on the front of your vehicle? You can go chrome, you can go black. Doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you. All right, sir, can I stop you for a minute? Let me ask you a quick question. Wheels and tires or exhaust?
Tires, wheels and tires.
That's 2 for wheels and tires, all right? We've got 2 for wheels and tires. All right, we're gonna continue our way through the show floor, taking a look at some of this stuff. You know, you wanna just put little side panels on your vehicle, easy to do. More wax products. Oh, let's stop right here. My daughter would love these. You want floor mats for your vehicle? Hello, kitty. Great way to just clean up the interior vehicle. Hey, sir, let me stop you for a minute. All right, if you could put on new exhaust or a motor or wheels and tires to customize your vehicle, which ones would you select?
Motor.
Okay, so he goes with motor. So that's 1 for motor, 2 for tires and wheels. All right, we're going to keep moving through the floor. So I'm going to ask you a quick question if you don't mind. Sure. All right, this is a big one. New sound system for your vehicle or an off-road suspension kit?
New sound system.
New sound system. Obviously, we're in the bling part of the convention center. All right, this is a lot of walking around. I know if I was going to do a customization and I had a little bit more money, I'd be getting myself some cat skin seats. Yep, as you can see, SEMA, it's a little bit overwhelming. Not quite your typical fish and chips. Well, here's a Brit's first impression of the SEMA show.
Well, I wanted to walk around SEMA and get a Brit's first impression of the show, and I found something I almost recognized, a 1975 mini truck. This is what it originally looked like, but to this one they've put 1,100 horsepower in it. It has 2 engines. Why? Because only in America can we do things like that.
This quaint little corner of England has been truly Americanized. A single gull-wing door and a paint job that looks like a tie-dye festival married Jerry Garcia. It seems to be the bigger the better at SEMA. The show has 130,000 visitors. That is more than the entire population of the city of Oxford, where minis are made. Everything seems bigger at SEMA. The cars, the SUVs, and the trucks.
Chuck, let me ask you a couple of questions. I know SUVs are really big in the United States.
Correct.
But isn't this a little ridiculous?
Yes, sir. Well, I don't know. It depends on which side of the war you were on. This is a 1941 Stewart M5 tank. It's built by Cadillac Motor Company, and it has twin Cadillac flathead V8 engines in it. It's 45 miles an hour, but hardly any room inside.
Can we fire the gun?
Yeah, well, you can if you could find any ammo. Yes.
I'm now looking for ammo.
The noise is big too. From sound systems to exhausts, the louder it is, the better it is in America. But our oversized American cousins like to eat big too. Big food, lots of food. Lines of people ready to shovel down food in every way. Americans don't like to walk much either. Lines of scooters weave in and out of the show. Not just for those that need them, but because walking is so 2015. The truth is, I love it. Freedom, liberty, and the lifetime supply in food. At the end of the day, 130,000 people, thousands of car parts, hundreds of trucks big enough to live in. Some people just couldn't manage it. The excitement was too much, and they dozed off in their chairs.
Well, that's an Englishman's first impression of SEMA. I think from here on out, I'm probably going to go all American. Uh-oh.
And to wrap up the show, all the cars and trucks you see on display here, well, they head out for the big SEMA cruise. And it's a car parade like none other. Literally, hundreds of custom cars and trucks make their way through Vegas from the convention center for the after-show party. It's a great way to finish off the SEMA show. And joining me now, Larry Resnick. He's been coming to SEMA for 30 plus years. He knows everything about automotive, and he's been an invaluable part of our Fox Sports team. Larry, your overall impression of SEMA this year?
It's an incredible show, Tor. I can't believe how it just grows in size. These aftermarket manufacturers just continue to push the envelope on innovation, engineering, and design.
What are you seeing over the years? What's changed for you?
The show in the past has been really for the aftermarket manufacturers, the guys that are making these parts and accessories for the consumers. But now you're starting to see a lot of participation from the actual automakers. And with that, you're seeing that those actual automakers are bringing product to the show that has already some customization cues to it.
Thanks, Larry. Well, that's all the time we have. For Nick Miles, Mike Caudill, and Larry Resnick, I'm Tor Dietrich. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the road.